Hello everyone! The new Master Duel update is out, and I'm so excited to show you my new and improved strike strategy list. Here is March D14 with DPE and Sight. Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer is super strong and an amazing addition to this deck, while Dagda and Sight can instantly win games against certain opponents. This deck was made by improving upon my last strike strategy deck list, and if you haven't seen that one, you can check it out by clicking in the button on the top right. I will now go through the changes I made with explanations on how the new cards work. And after that, I will show you an exciting match I had with the deck, where I got to use most of the deck's capabilities, all the new cards such as DPE and Sight, and some of the old cards such as the Access Road lines and of course many Strike Striker combos. And finally, I will give you my final thoughts about the deck and changes you could make moving further. Now without further ado, let's get into the new cards. Let's start with the most important change, the DPE package. Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, Vorte Anaconda, 2 Fusion Destinies, Destiny Hero Celestial, and Destiny Hero Dasher. Short explanation of Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer is that once per turn, as a crit effect, it can destroy one card you control and one card on the field. Also, if it has been destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, then you can special summon one Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard in the next standby phase. This does include himself, making him a recurrent threat every turn without even taking up space in your main monster zone. And the way you summon him is to use Fusion Destiny, by sending Celestial and Dasher from your deck to your graveyard. It's really strong that you can send them from your deck, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn once you use this card. So you need to be using this after you make your Shizuku. You can also use Fusion Destiny without even drawing it, thanks to Vorte Anaconda. You can make Vorte by only 2 effect monsters, and by using 2000 life points, you can activate Fusion Destiny from your deck. Do bear in mind though, you still won't be able to special summon monsters for the rest of the turn if you use it that way. That's not all, because the monsters that we use as a fusion summon also have graveyard effects. Dasher allows you to special summon a monster if you draw a monster during your draw phase once. And Celestial has an ability to draw you 2 cards when you banish it and another Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard while you have no cards in your hands. Overall, the DPE package is incredibly strong. I am also playing Artifact Sight and Artifact Dagda. This is optional to play, but it really shines together with DPE. You can make Dagda by using 2 monsters with different names, and when the effect of a card is activated, you can set an artifact monster from your deck to your spell trap zone. Our artifact of choice is Artifact Sight. When Sight is destroyed while in the spell trap zone, you can special summon it, and if this card is special summoned, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Destroying Dagda at the start of your opponent's turn, using the effect of DPE, may allow you to defeat many opponents with ease, so I would recommend that you at least consider playing it. Now that we're done, let's see the deck in action. Now, let's get into the game. We are going to second, and our opponent is playing Evil Eye. They are going to start by activating the field spell and search a Basilisk. Then they are going to normal summon Cerziel and use its effect to get the Evil Eye of Selene to their hand. They will then activate Evil Eye of Selene, which makes this monster so it can't be destroyed by card effects or battle, or it cannot be targeted by card effects either. Also, this monster has a crit effect where they can destroy one special summon monster I control. So this is going to be tough to out. We'll start with an Upstart Goblin to draw a card, then use Reinforcement of the Army to get Ray to my hand. Then I will special summon Ray, and also special summon Rose next to it, because I do want to have 2 monsters in case they destroy one. I also think of doing some blink plays later on. But first, let's go into Hayate and attack them directly, because I do want to have 3 spells before I activate my 2 engages in my hand. I will send a field spell to the graveyard since I don't really need it, and I'm going to link summon into Artifact Dagda. Then I can activate my engage freely, and then I will chain my Artifact Dagda to set an Artifact Sight from my deck to my spell trap zone. Then we will get a Widow Hunter, and we'll get a really lucky and we'll also draw a Fusion Destiny here. But first let's use the second, and we'll get a multi-roll and activate it. After that we can freely use Fusion Destiny, send our materials to the graveyard to special summon Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. We'll immediately activate it, destroying itself and the Eclipse spell, and now we don't have to deal with it anymore. We will activate the DP in the graveyard, set the Widow Hunter and pass our turn. In our standby phase, Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer will come back, and I will immediately use its effects after their first action in order to side block them for the rest of the turn, just in case they do plan to special summon something from their extra deck. They will activate their monster effect, mill a card, and then use that card's effect in order to get another card to their hand. Then they will normal summon a second Surziel, in which they will get another Eye of Gorgenio, and then they will activate first Eye of Selene, and then they will activate their monster from their graveyard to special summon it. I will chain Maxi to draw a card, and then the new summon monster will make Eye of Selene indestructible for a turn, which is a really big problem. And then the second Eclipse spell will deal a lot of attack points to their monster, and then they will also use their effect to destroy the DPE. Luckily I can still chain the DPE in the graveyard, so it will be coming back next turn. But for this turn we will be taking a lot of damage. We still do have plenty of life points though, and I'm feeling happy with a Harpy's Feather Duster in my hands. However, they do have a set card. So in the standby phase I will bring back DPE. And since I already have a Harpy's Feather Duster, and I don't want to risk DPE being destroyed, I will immediately use the DPE in the standby phase and destroy one of their monsters they control, in case they were planning to go into some extra deck plays. They have to sacrifice one of their monsters for their monster effect, and then we will chain DPE so that it can come back next turn. Throughout our main phase, we can now finally use the Harpy's Feather Duster, but it turns out that their trap was a transfer trap that negates a spell or trap that I activate. As a result, Harpy's Feather Duster will not be resolving. Now we will activate our field spell and summon Rose, and we will immediately go into a Kadari to get back one of my engage from the graveyard. Now I can activate the engage and get an afterburners from my deck to my hand. And using this afterburners, I can not only destroy their monsters but also destroy their Eclipse spell, which is actually why I really wanted to use it. Then I will link someone into Hayate and attempt to attack directly. They will let it through, and when I go into my main phase 2, I will link into Shizutsu, and this is when they will choose to activate their monster effect at the end of my turn in order to stop me from doing it. But first I will activate my field spell, try to find the card, sending Mecha Armory base to the graveyard. And then using its effect, I can get Kadari back to my extra deck, which is really nice. In my end phase, they will use the effect, destroy the Shizutsu, which is unfortunate. But I can still trigger Ray and special summon her back to the field. Since I already summoned all the other forms, I will just go into Akaina now and pass my turn, because I do want to have my monster zones clear. At the end phase, we can use the multi-roll to get engage and afterburners back to our field. Now that it's their turn, they do have to sacrifice one of their cards, but their field spell do have an effect when it's destroyed, so it's actually good for them. They will get another Surziel back to their hand. And in the standby phase, my DPE will come back as well. Now they will activate their field spell, and then I will immediately chain DPE to get rid of their troop spell, because I do want to be able to activate this Widow Hunter. And now they don't have their troop spell, this monster is only effectless and only has the attack points. They will trigger DPE, and they will trigger their troop spell and setting it back onto their field. Now I will immediately activate Widow Hunter because I don't want them equipping their troop spell to that monster again. They will use the troop spell even after I steal it anyway. After that, they will summon the other monster to get this second troop spell back to their hand, and then equip their new troop spell to their new monster. Now their new monster has an effect where it can banish DPE from the graveyard, so this is as far as DPE will be going. We will be taking a lot of damage here, but we will just survive barely, and we can still trigger Ray, which is great because they only have 1500 life points, and this is enough to kill them with Hayate. However, it won't be as easy as it sounds, because at the end of their turn, they will get their monster back, and it can't be targeted by target effect, so Widow entering them again is not an option. We do draw Ash Blossom here though, and we will use Dasher's effect to special summon it. Then we will use DPE's effect to special summon the Dasher. Then we can Lynch Summon into Halter 5Rex and climb into an Access Toad. Access Toad will have enough attack to destroy and hit over their monster to win the game, so they will have to stop it. Once I make Celine, they will pull the trigger, use their interaction, and kill Celine on the spot, stopping me from getting into Access Toad. However, I haven't even normal summoned this turn yet, so now I can freely normal summon Rose, go into Hayate, go into battle, and attack them directly for game. Judging from that match, DPE did a ton of work, and I would recommend to all Tri-Starter players to play with DPE moving forward. I'm not exactly convinced about the artifact package quite yet, so I think that will need more testing in order to judge how good that actually is. I will continue to upload new decks with new cards, and considering only 2% of my viewers are actually subscribed, I would be so happy if you could also subscribe to my channel as well. I'm starting a new and original series on my channel on stream this Saturday, and you won't want to miss that. I do hope that you really enjoyed the deck profile, and for anything you wish to discuss, feel free to join my Discord server or leave a comment below. And I'm going to see you in another video.